The Professional Computer Company Modifieds on the track for their feature race. It is anniversary night. 71 years Limaland has been on Dutch Hollow Road, and they're pretty darn proud of it. You're looking at the starting lineup, looking at some names farther back in the pack. Terry Hull in 10th, Tony Anderson in 11th. Brian Post been doing a great job this year, starting in 12th. How about Mike Roediger? 13th, Tyler Boggs. I think that's an outstanding talent there. Tyler does great when he comes to Limaland. Ron Perrine Jr., Jim Henry. Wow. I'll tell you what, some interesting names in this race, and it is going to be a power-packed race. Gary Richards getting the early jump, and we are racing again at Limaland Motorsports Park. It is the Professional Computer Company Modifieds feature. This is going to be a good one. Andy Bibler falling back. He started on the front row right alongside Gary Richards, and Gary Richards has eked out an initial starting lead as we roll into the first couple laps of this modified race, and that looks like Jim Henry. Stuck up on, is he on a tire possibly? Hard to tell there. Issues with the Jim, nope, he's got it running. Gary Richards is going to lead him back to green. Ada, Ohio, the home of Jim Henry. CIF Race Engines, Little Mexico on the side of that car. Coming back green, Gary Richards is going to lead them to the green flag. Down the backstretch they go. Lucas Ford Speed Cam. And Gary Richards is going to be your initial leader. Gary Richards. Looks like Mike Grigsby. Preferred Contractors, BCM Trucking, Road Ready Service, Walker Power, and the Lightning Chassis is in second place right now. Terry Hull trying to work his way underneath Andy Holderman. Up front it is Gary Richards, and trying to catch the number on that second place car looks like Mr. Todd Sherman. We all know the story of the battle that Todd Sherman and Terry Hull have been having this year. We're 2/3 of the way through the season, and we have a car around. We're under caution. Once again, Jim Henry just not having a good night here. Looks like he got into it with Buzz Jacobs. Hard to tell. Both cars slowly creeping their way into the infield. There is the pace truck, Limaland's pace truck. The Elwer Fence Incorporated. Dodge Dually. That's right. We do everything big at Limaland. We even bring the big dually out to ride the cars around when it comes to sprint car time. And remember, if you ever need any fencing, please call Dave Elwer. He supports racing. He supports your fun with his hard-earned dollars. And I'll tell you what, he has been a long-time supporter of Limaland Motorsports Park. And you know us race fans, we're known for being loyal to those that help out our local racers. And Dave has done his fair share of that. Side by side, Gary Richards, Todd Sherman. Hard to tell who's leading that. Camera angle shows Sherman by a nose. We'll see at the line. Richards has the momentum. Richards, who pretty much dead heat, folks. You figure it out. Just great racing, though. These modifieds have done an outstanding job this year. We have talked about it week in and week out here on Dirt Mania. What an incredibly professional, talented group of modified drivers we have each and every week at Limaland. That guy racing around on the high side, I'm guessing to be Frankie Luchini. Farther back, I see the 33 car of Greg Beam. That's right, the Xenia Tornado. That's him very high in 3 and 4. It's the 33 car. Greg Beam, he usually shows up for 1 or 2 of the big money races each year, and looks like Mr. Beam has decided to show up and race tonight. Williams Powered and a Pierce Chassis, Muha Construction, Certified Checks, and Mobile Technologies are on the side of Greg Beam's car. Wow, look at that gaggle of cars. Great shots every week from our Lucas Ford Speed Cam. Want to thank Lucas Ford for stepping up and helping us out with that this year. That's got to be Frankie Luchini, if I'm correct. On the very highest side. I see red, so red scraping walls or very close to scraping the wall. It's got to be Frankie Luchini. Nobody runs it higher at Limaland. Mike Roediger right now in a battle with Ron Perrine Jr. Mike Roediger having a pretty good season as well out of Rockford, Ohio. JR Motorsports, RPM Chassis, Consolidated Hunter Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Myron Schwartz Construction, B&B House of Carpet, D&K Trucking, Motor Inn, Three Sons Towing and Salvage on the side of that car. And we briefly saw Shane O'Connor there. Oh, this guy, he's not seeing anything in front of him except possibly the tail end of the last car in line. Uh-oh, we do have a yellow, though. Man, poor Jim Henry. Poor Jim Henry. We're about lap 14 in this race. 6 to go. Jim Henry spins. That is unfortunate. Jim's had some moments of speed this year. He's looked pretty good. And it is Sherman and Luchini, followed by Gary Richards. About 6 laps to go in this feature race. Here comes Luchini on the high side. He's got her wound up. Killer belt buckles on the line tonight as well. I haven't mentioned that yet, but Frontier Village each year for our anniversary race. Uh-oh. Frankie Luchini showing Todd Sherman, hey, buddy, this is not a cakewalk tonight. I'm coming. And it's still Sherman holding the edge coming off of 3 and 4, but I want to give a big, big thank you to Frontier Village. They have these cool custom belt buckles. It looks like Mike Roediger has spun. That's Mike Roediger around, and the 97 of Mike Dunlap. 3 and 4, the site of those 2 cars altercation. But again, want to finish out. Thank you to Frontier Village for supplying those cool belt buckles. Each class a custom belt buckle made for their championship night on this 71st anniversary race. And I'll tell you what, the guy who wins this race was so happy that he won. He went down and bought a belt from Frontier Village, put the buckle on, and wore it around his shop for like a week. He probably still has it on, sleeps with it. Who knows? We'll let you figure out who that is here in just a couple laps as we wind up. Todd Sherman, 2 to go. I see John Burton reaching for the white flag from our assistant flagman Roger, and it is Sherman and Luchini putting on a show up front. You know the fans are on the edge of their seat if they're not standing. 1 to go. Who will it be? Sherman, Luchini, Luchini, Sherman. Looks like Luchini grabbing a little bit of a lead coming down the back straightaway. Sherman gets a little sideways. We got caution. Oh, my word. We have a pile up. I see cars on top of each other. Looks like Brian Post part of that. I believe Greg Beam involved in this. Possibly looks like also the 12 car maybe of Shane O'Connor. Let's see who's all in this. And it looks like a car just goes around, loses it down there, and everybody hard on the gas. Bad place because drivers are already back in the gas. And that's a pretty good sized pile up. Wow. There's cars on top of each other. I think that's Boggs's car. I think that might be Beam climbing out. I'm pretty sure Shane O'Connor involved in that as well. All right, we're going to go back green. This time, Frankie Luchini has the lead. He was ahead of Todd Sherman when the green flag, or excuse me, when the yellow flag came out. Green flag's waving. Terry Hull has moved himself up in the 3rd spot right now. Frankie Luchini is not going to let go of this lead. And there you have it. Frankie Luchini grabs the modified feature win, 71st anniversary race. Big payday for him, plus the turkey platter, belt buckle, Awesome deal. Frankie was proud to wear that, probably still is.